757.
Pump it up.
Speak up. 757.
Pump it up.
Speak up. 757.
Pump it up.
Speak up. 757.
Pump it up.
757. Speak up.
Let's get back to the basics. Topics from us to you on a regular basis. Reevaluate, heal ourselves, save our children. Senseless crimes be happening too often. Bring the love back, pimp smack the hate. Let's see what we can do. No, it's not too late. So get the coffee up in your cups. Open your eyes, and speak up.
757.
Pump it up.
Speak up. 757.
Pump it up.
Speak up. 757.
Pump it up.
Speak up. 757.
Pump it up.
757. Speak up. Speak up.
Pump it up. Pump it up. Pump it up. Pump
What's
it up.
up? How y'all doing out there? This is Nevie. I'm gonna speak up 757, and the segment we got today is behind bars to business. And today I got two special guests. My first guest, Frederick Holloway. He's gonna tell you a little bit about himself.
Well, I came from Norfolk, 757. I indulged in some things that sent me to penitentiary. And while I was in penitentiary, while I was locked up in the system, we was
Petersburg.
in Petersburg.
FCI.
Yeah, we was all in Petersburg together. And I seen a lot of situations. When I first went in, I went in ignorant.
Right.
I went in not knowing what was going to be the outcome of
Right.
what I was up against. Because I didn't know. I went in there blind. I was a child.
Yeah. How do you prepare to do time?
Right. So when I going in, my only thought pattern was go all out.
Survive.
You know what I mean? Go out and do what you need to do to survive in this situation.
Right.
So that's what I did. But at the same time, I got with some older people that guided me in a way that was strong. That I didn't, not saying that I didn't have to hear at home, but I wasn't listening. I had a father, I had a mother, I had everybody on my side. But at the same time, I didn't want to listen to them because I thought they didn't know.
Right.
And that's the truth. I thought they didn't understand what I was going through, what I was up against out here in these streets.
Right.
So, but they did, and they told me what my path was gonna be. So I still had to smell it. So when I did smell it, I didn't like the smell whatsoever. So, but at the same time, I dealt with it, and I survived through it.
Right.
So I got into a lot of different things. I did a lot of reading.
Yeah, that's important.
I did, and I used to see this brother here. Man, all three of us, we used to all walk the yard together.
That's
We used
right.
to talk
Talk.
together. You know what I mean?
Everybody playing basketball,
Yeah.
everybody, doing whatever they was doing.
Working out.
We was walking, building, plotting, basically plotting our future of what we was gonna do when we came home.
Came home, yeah. And so we all, I got into the plumbing shop.
That's right.
I remember that day like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I remember when he was like, yo, put your request in to get in the plumbing shop.
That's right. Because everybody had to work.
Yeah,
You
so-
gonna work in there.
So if you ain't
25 cent hour.
You ain't never worked on the street, you were working there.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but it put me on to something. It opened me up to a different thing.
Cause did you work on the street?
I did. I had
Did
a
you
little
work on
money.
the street?
I did, but it was more or less in and out. If I got tired of it, I just walked off.
Right. But in there, you gonna work, and I think being in there, it builds good habits to what you gonna do
Definitely.
out here in the world.
Right.
Cause ain't no sleeping to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and you gonna get up and then you gonna run the streets at night. No, that's not how life is lived. But you go ahead.
So as I was sitting on the top bunk of that 4-man cell,
The professor right there.
with a urinal, with a dude farting and talking and one
One
rapping
bathroom.
and You
Four
know?
dudes.
Yeah, and you just locked in there.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in there under the sheet trying to stay strong, crying.
Right.
No bull.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just trying to figure out, am I gonna die in this place? Is this really where I wanna die? Do I really wanna reside here for the rest of my life? So, and I had to ask myself that question many nights. You know what I'm saying? So, and I came and I prayed. I stayed praying. And I know a lot of people say that cliche, brothers go to prison and then become Muslim and things of that nature and all that.
Find religion.
Yeah, find religion. So it's like, good.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? Good.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes to get you, to help you survive and get through what you need to do to make yourself a better person. I don't knock it.
That's right.
So that's all it is about. I had to go to school. So I took the opportunity to go to school, not literally go to school, but learn how to do certain things. And I wanted to do something different when I touched that.
Okay.
So I
All right. Well, that's what's up. I mean, that's real. We're gonna introduce y'all to our next guest, Antonio Anderson, so he can tell you a little bit about his walk and a little bit about him.
Well, I'm Antonio. A lot of y'all know me as Tony. And of course, I done time as well. Started off, a lot of bad decisions. From those decisions, it led me to, being incarcerated for a while. But I actually look at me being incarcerated as a good thing for me because of the lifestyle that I was living. It could have, of course, the cliche, you're gonna end up dead or in prison, with that street life. So I was fortunate enough to go to prison. And in prison, as this brother has shared with you already about, us walking the track, us learning, and just basically building with one another,
Allow to read,
sharing
books.
This guy here, far as I know for me, was pivotal in my process of becoming mature while I was incarcerated because of the vast knowledge that he provided me with, as well as the example that he provided me with as, coming out to the streets. And I mean, we just did a lot together. We had a very close-knit,
It was just a small,
you know what I'm saying?
We didn't rock with everybody. It was just about 5 of us. And that's it.
And that was it.
Nobody else was allowed.
And we did what we did as far as, like I said, just learning, exchanging books, and just basically growing, preparing ourselves, to come out, because we knew we had a release date.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do, once we're released? I know me personally, when I came into the system, I had no skills whatsoever. All I knew was the streets. And by, being in there and having to get up in the morning, having to go to work and stuff like that, I wasn't no stranger to work, but I was also lazy as well. So that I had bad habits. But, making me go to work in there, it is still, a different aspect into me, different habits and stuff like that. So now I'm in the habit of going to work. Now I'm in the habit of getting up, and just doing different things that I wasn't accustomed to. And also, I also picked up, different skills and different things in there. We were all in the plumbing shop.
That's right.
So
That's right.
Believe it or not, we all had the idea of coming home to pursue plumbing.
Yeah.
And Nevie was the first one to do it. He was the first one to come home, and he came out and he took off. You know what I'm saying? Then it was.
we came on like all the same time.
So we came on and we basically.
But the example was laid, the platform was laid to where it was shown that, hey, it can be done.
And that, for me, that was key. Because as far as having that example out there, I didn't. We had a lot of brothers coming in, they'll go home, they come back,
right.
It's hard, I can't find no work.
Right.
So if you constantly hearing that, you thinking like, dang,
Yeah.
is it that hard out there?
Right.
But because of our group and our foundation, we said, man, nah, we gonna make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It can't be that hard. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't allow those negative thoughts and negative, you know what I'm saying, people speaking that deter us from our goals and what we were trying to accomplish.
Yeah, I found a job the first week home. So people saying there's no job, I said, nah, you don't want a job. But the other thing is, if you don't have a skill set that can help somebody to make money, then of course you're not gonna have a job because you have nothing to offer.
Nothing to
So
offer.
yeah, you go into a job saying, oh, I'm here, hire me. No, you gotta use your time wisely. Get a trade. If you don't have anything, if you're not in college, if you don't own your own business, you can get a trade to somewhere you can make an honest living.
If not, you're gonna find yourself in a repetitive cycle.
Yeah, you can go back to the streets.
Where you going back to the streets, which leads you back into the penitentiary or
Right.
leave you even dead. You know what I'm saying? It's just all on you. Are you willing to make that change?
Right.
And we decided we're gonna make that change.
Right.
We're not gonna be that person that keeps coming back to the penitentiary, that, you know what I'm saying, that keeps going through the same thing over and over again. Because I learned that, you know, if you don't learn something the first time, you will definitely continue to repeat that. You know what I'm saying? Until you learn that lesson. So, and me learning that lesson, man, I mean, it's just, I'm not going that way.
And we definitely got to understand that, like, the system is created for us to fail.
Right.
Definitely.
So, and we in a failure, you know what I mean? So it's like, they hold the prison and all that type of stuff, all that stuff was for us to fail. That wasn't for us.
Right. And
so it was to put money in their pocket and do all types of other things. I ain't get into the political thing, but you know what I mean?
if you don't learn it, and if we're not learning in our homes and not learning it on the streets,
Right.
they will teach you in there.
They definitely
So
will.
that's the thing. If you're not used to getting up and going to work in the street, if you're not taught that, and you living life to where you're not doing it, you're gonna end up in there and they're gonna make you and they're gonna pay you pennies to do it.
Your labor is nothing.
Your labor is nothing. So, you know, we all, you know, like I say, this was my, you know, a couple of us are missing, one about 5 of us, but all walk from in to out. I'm proud that these brothers was able to come out, get established, start their own business, and now they're feeding and providing for their family and being a positive influence in the community. And I'm glad y'all was able to come on and sit and talk with us, talk with the people at 757. But we about to go to break, and in the next segment we're gonna get into the business building part. We gonna go, like I said, from bars to building. We're gonna get into the business building aspect of it when we come back from break.
Il s'agit de cette piste de rélu.
Welcome back from behind bars to business building. First segment we talked about the bars, talked about how it was like to be down and that feeling of the everyday being caged. So now we're gonna transition from there into business and how we got from there to being business owners. And I'm gonna open up the floor this time with Antonio. We'll let basically I want him to give us a little insight in what it was like once you came home and how you got to where you at now in business.
Well, I know once I came home, you know, of course, had to find a job, so didn't have any type of transportation, didn't depend on anybody, you know what I'm saying, to take me in there. So I was on the, bus daily until I found a job,
That's what it takes.
got ill about, the shipyard or whatever, so put an application in the shipyard through one of those tip services. Not really for sure remember exactly which one it was.
But it was a temp service.
But it was a temp service. So basically, shipyard called me, got in. I believe I started off making like $7.75 fire watching.
Yeah.
And from then, I probably stayed fire watching for maybe a month. They seen that, I was basically trying to do something more than just fire watching.
So you mean to tell me that you took started at fire watching, and took that and transitioned that into something more permanent in the shipyard?
Exactly. So what I did, so what happened was I was there, man. I'm talking about 7 days a week, man. Just grinding. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, fire watching was boring.
Right.
I had my days when, I'm fire watching, falling asleep. You know what I'm saying? But I had a desire to do more than just, just that fire watching.
Right.
And some of the high ups seen that, so they took me from fire watching and put me in the paint shop, which is shop 69. And from there, I'm doing needle gunning. We just had various jobs. You know what I'm saying? Painting, mixing the paint, and doing all that stuff like that. And I took that. You know what I'm saying? I was in the shipyard for probably about 3 years, because I just basically got, I was dissatisfied with how they were keeping me at that certain level. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like when I got in there, I advanced fast.
Right.
Because from that $7.75, the time that I left, I was making $14. You know what I'm saying? So the transition of me, climbing that ladder happened, fast, you know what I'm saying? Because 7 days a week, I'm talking about it wasn't nothing that they asked me to do that I didn't do. Whether it was going to them tanks, you know what I'm saying, coming out all black and stuff with, shirts and all that stuff like that, man. I did it. You know what I'm saying?
Means if you want it bad enough, you can go get it.
You can get it. It's out there to get. You just gotta want it that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
bad. So, 7 days a week, no matter 10 hours, 12 hours, I'm out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm out there getting it, you know what I'm saying?
So what made you decide to leave the shipyard? You was making $14 an hour, you was doing better than you ever done before, you was working steady, you saw you had your own crib and everything.
Right.
What made you decide to leave the shipyard and say, I'm gonna open my own business?
Well, basically, my first thing, I was trying to get on with the company permanently.
Okay.
So that was my goal. But, they were pretty much playing games and this and that and the third. And I told them, that I give them 3 years. If I'm not on with the company by then, I'm going to go do my own thing.
Okay.
But even with me saying that,
Right.
it didn't really pan out that way. So it's basically like, I still continue to stay around because I was scared. But for me to leave and to go to do my own thing, which is basically my dissatisfaction with, them not putting me on as a company, I felt like they was, they were playing me.
Okay, so they wouldn't put you on permanently and you was dissatisfied and you was ready to leave. At what moment did you say you was ready to leave?
Well, actually what it is, they had me put in an application to come on permanently with the company. So here it is, months later, I'm still not on it with the company, and they basically just snatched my application back without telling me. So they basically, they basically, like the dangling carrot in front of the rabbit. They got it out there dangling in front of you without actually giving it to you. So once I went to that, I started doing little side jobs as far as painting.
So you started doing painting on the side to build up business and clientele.
Right.
Okay.
So I started painting or whatever, and of course, family and friends were my first customers. Actually, you were the very first customer that I had
Okay.
upon starting my painting business.
That's right. It was Middle Street.
Right.
Okay.
So I came out there, you know, done the job for you, took pictures of it, you know what I'm saying? To start building my portfolio
Okay.
and things of that nature.
And you did that via Facebook or online or?
Did via Facebook. Just sharing it on my page and things of that nature, stuff like that. Then I got business cards made.
Okay.
So with the business card made, I started passing them out on the shipyard. Because at the same time, I'm still working in the shipyard and I'm still, you know, doing little jobs on the side or whatever. And I'm using my paychecks to fund the business.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Until I'm able enough, you know what I'm saying, to establish. So, long story short, I started missing more and more time from the shipyard. They came to me and basically was like, you know,
What you gonna do?
what am I need to start. I need to start, you know what I'm saying, working on my attendance more. But my thing was, you weren't saying that when I was here 7 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day.
You wouldn't put me on permanent.
Right, and you wouldn't put me on, so I continued to, you know, build my business despite what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, it was like, what I was doing was, I was comparing how much money I was gonna make for that day in the shipyard as opposed to how much I was gonna make for that job.
Okay.
And seeing how it balanced out. So if I made more than that job, if I was gonna make more than that job, I didn't go to work.
Okay. So it was calculated, it was thought out, it was strategic. You just didn't leave your job and say, I want to start my own business.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
And then eventually, I chose a job was paying more than what I was gonna make at the shipyard that week. So I went on and decided to do that job, and then I got a call saying basically, we don't need your services no more in the shipyard.
Okay.
And from that point on,
You've been
it's sink or swim.
That's right.
And now, which brings me 5 years later
Okay.
to being the owner of Touch of Brilliance Painting.
Okay. Alright. That's what it is. I like that. That's good stuff right there. That's good for the people right there. I'm telling you, it's different ways. Everybody has a different walk. Everybody has a different story. This brother just shared with you his walk from behind bars to business. We're gonna roll in and bring my man Frederick Holloway in, and I want him to give you a little bit about his walk and how he got to where he had to be had a conglomerate that he has.
That's right.
You know?
I mean, my walk was not too different from Tom's walk. I just remember, I recall going back to being in the halfway house. Being in the halfway house, I'm gonna just say this real quick. I was hearing a horn by my room, and I peeped out the window, was Nevie in the bed. But anyway, motivation.
Okay.
So I just wanted to say that real quick. But then we go back. So I used to the bus. I used to take. Used to go right there to Monticello.
Yeah.
Go to the bus. It used to be. It's not there no more. It used to be the bus station. And I remember going. Doubletree was my first actual job. Is it the Doubletree, the hotel?
I remember that.
I was doing like little cleaning and maintenance type of stuff there. I started doing. I did not like it, even though I won a hotel one day, but I didn't really care for that at that time. I used to walk to the bus station and catch bus 20 all the way up Virginia Beach Boulevard to every day, and I did that. Somebody told me in the halfway house, "Hey man, fill out this application to go work at this temp service." So I was like, at the shipyard. I was like, okay. So I went there, Verizon or something, not Verizon, but it was, I can't think of the name of the temp service that was. Horizon, yep. On Rattle Military Highway. So I remember going there and filling out a little application, and I stopped working at Doubletree and started going to the shipyard. I was working at the shipyard first as a laborer. I did labor work for a place called Tri-Marine.
Okay.
We was putting on like these sleeves. I'm talking about it was 90-degree weather on a ship with no AC, no nothing. I'm talking about, but I was working.
That's right.
I was working. I'm talking about
Gainfully employed.
And it was. I was so happy
Right.
to be employed too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So, but this stuff would get all on your skin and make you itch. It was I can't think of the name, but yeah, it's like a fiberglass insulation type, and we had to like put it on these sleeves and these big cables and stuff like that. I ended up being getting on with that company. They saw that a year later. They saw that I was a hard worker. They liked my skill set as I was there to work and not play, not talk about nothing. I was just.
I wanted to point out two similarities that I see between their story. Both of them was that work daily, every day, and both of them was working hard. Those are two characteristics and attributes that I hear that's similar in their story. If you're not working hard and you're not willing to do whatever it takes, don't look and expect to be successful. Sorry, brother. Go ahead.
No, it's cool. So I did that. Then I started fire watching. They kind of laid us off. It was just for the moment, for just that time. They laid me off a little bit. I was scared. I had my daughter's birthday was coming up. She wanted to do a little thing. It was little gadgets and stuff. I was afraid of things. Things weren't working out. Then they called me for a fire watching job. I went right, shot over there, started working.
That's right.
My first check, I remember getting my first check and going to buy that thing for her because the time that I missed with her, you know what I'm saying, and that I wasn't in her life for. So I needed to make those things up the best way I could, or I knew how. So I went doing that type of stuff. Then I just was working fire watching. They used to talk pure trash. Them welders and them people looked at the fire watch people.
The Lord, the scum,
like we weren't human.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But but everybody that understands fire watching and stuff, they know where I'm getting at. But I did that and got on with the company Tri-Marine. I was there. I was with them. They doing labor work. Became a shipboard electrician.
Okay. So how long did you work with them before you decided to leave and start your business?
I was with them for about a good year or two.
Okay.
And then they laid off, and they started laying a lot of people off. So I went off, and I was not working again for a long time. I was doing little side jobs with you, and plumbing jobs. My pops doing anything it took to bring some type of income into the home.
Besides going back to the streets.
Right. So I said, man, it was just a test. It was just a test.
Right.
I was just being tested. You know what I'm saying? With every aspect. So I was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do it, but I know I need to get it done. So I did it. I started a business called This Rare Earth Cleaning Company first. I was gonna piggyback off of trying to get a Janny King. I was with Janny King before. That's another story.
I got a question. I'm gonna stop you right there. So you decided to start your business after being out of work for a while.
Right.
Okay. So you decided, okay.
Yeah, you know what?
I gotta follow my dreams.
I'm gonna just go ahead and just full-fledged go and do this.
Okay.
Centera called.
You was working. I remember that. I remember that.
Things weren't going well because I couldn't afford to be able to finance the business, as in trying to get it off the ground. So I was doing little side jobs here and there, with it. But then Centera had called me, and I was working at Centera. And from that point, I learned a lot more about cleaning and floor techs. doing floor work and stuff like that.
So you learned the business by actually working for a company that did the business.
That's
that
right.
you was trying to get into. I spoke on that before. If you think you're just gonna go out here and open up a barber shop and you don't know anything about being a barber, you're sadly mistaken. You almost set yourself up for failure. Sometimes you need to go in on the ground level, pay your dues, take that little check, but you learning the skill, you getting the game, you learning the business of what you're trying to do, because we have no blueprint. We don't know what we're doing, but you got to go learn it from somewhere. And there's nothing wrong with going to work for the company or work in the industry in which you are trying to open up your own business in.
And I'm telling you, and I took every aspect of that, as in learning the color codes of the rags, learning how to the chemicals, how not to do this, how not to do that, even how to order certain stuff. I kind of was just always involved in trying to learn more about the cleaning aspect of the company. And mastering it, and learning how to do the floors, learning how to strip and wax floors, how to buff floors, how to, you know what I mean, to its perfection.
That's right.
It wasn't, so it's like, that's the reason why. So I was like, you know what, I got all the information I needed, and my business started taking off slowly but surely. So I went from, I said, you know what, I always had this vision of my cleaning company called Sky's the Limit. So that's when I went off into Sky's the Limit, because it felt real to me, it felt authentic, it felt, this is what I'm doing, and this is what my life is. So I just don't live Sky's the Limit. This is, it's just not a talk to me. It's like, this is my life. This is how I really vision things. So I said, Sky's the Limit commercial custodian. It flew off my tongue. I went down there, got a business license, insured.
Business license cost what, $25?
50.
50?
Okay.
Yeah,
$50 down there. Got insured and stuff like that. So, but I want to just say, you know what I mean? And here I am today, talking to the people.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to also shout out to Curry Park, College Park. I want to shout out, matter of fact, every park, all the parks.
The whole
Lindenwood, the whole North, Lindenwood.
Hale Street, Berry Street, Middle.
Yeah. This is Norfolk Bread. This is Norfolk right here talking to you. These dudes.
Say what's up to all them Yo-Yo and I want to say peace. I love my brother Bear.
Oh yeah.
Chase Bands.
Yep. We just up here representing for the people that maybe don't have a voice, that maybe is quite trying to figure out that, you know, they thinking about they can do it, but maybe they're not sure they can do it. But we're here to show you that you can do it. It's been done. We're doing it,
And we winning.
and we winning. We're perfecting it. We're writing the blueprint. We don't have the blueprint now, but we wasn't given the blueprint, but we're creating the blueprint right now.
That's right.
And all thing you got to do is stick around.
I love you, Tiara.
Have your positive circle, your foundation, and surround yourself by people that's trying to do what you're doing. You can't be successful for hanging around unsuccessful people. So on that note, we're gonna see you next time on From Bars to Business Building. Peace.
Bring the love back, pimp smack the hate. Let's see what we can do. No, it's not too late. So get the coffee up in your cups. Open your eyes, and speak up.
757.
Dump it up,
Speak up. 757.
dump it up,
Speak up. 757.
dump it up,
Speak up. 757.
Dump it up.
757. Speak up. Speak up.